Thank you so much for logging in. We appreciate your time and support that you're giving in this mentoring program for women in construction. And today we're extremely happy that we have our mentees taking the stage to share their 1.5-year experience of this mentoring program. And we do hope that today's session will help both mentors and mentees to reflect on our journeys and also to sharpen our skills and continue to serve others. So we do appreciate for your time. So dialogue is organized by the Tanzania Women Architects for Humanity. For some of you who do not know what Tanzania Women Architects for Humanity is, it's an NGO based in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. And to the most part, we are using our skills to empower women in different levels. So we work with women in the universities through mentoring and volunteer program. And we also work with women in rural Tanzania, where we teach or work with them to build decent shelters. So through our mentoring program that we started in 2019, this is the second cycle. And this is it's the platform where we organize these dialogues with women in construction. And this year we have about 39 mentees. We started with a big number, so they keep on dropping off. That's why we continue learning from both mentors and mentees. And we do organize these platforms. The main goal, not only to learn from mentors and mentees, but also to use this platform to interact with our role models and, yeah, at least to know who are other women who are out there doing amazing works and we don't know about them. So this is the platform where we invite and we talk with the women and try to understand who is doing what in their field. So today we have Winnie Kappa, who is going to lead the session. Winnie is also a mentee in this mentoring program. And we also have our speakers who are mentees. We'll let Winnie to continue and introduce our speakers today. And also, Winnie, maybe you can start by introducing yourself and then introduce the speakers. And please take the lead in this session. Karibu.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vicky. I am Winnie Karpa, a graduate architect working with Alama Architecture in Tanzania, but also I'm a member of TAWA, a mentee, and also assisting in coordinating the mentoring program. So without further ado, I would like to appreciate all of you joining in this long-awaited dialogue with the mentees on the reflections on mentoring, and also appreciate our sponsors that help us in our daily activities of mentoring. We have Simba Cement, ITV, and Seagull Family Foundation. And also I would like to appreciate our panelists for today, like the esteemed mentees, young women in construction, who will be leading us today in our dialogue on reflections on mentoring. Actually, we had a month ago, we hosted another dialogue with the mentors where they were showing us how to make mentoring effective. And I'm so honored to be the host of this dialogue where the mentees now take the baton and also show us how are they perceiving this mentoring journey. It's now like 1.5 years. So we're expecting to learn more from them. Our dearest speakers, we have Lotaris, Nora, and Catherine. Now I'll give them a platform to introduce themselves and tell us a bit of a story on how mentoring so far has been to them and how is the journey. So I'll start with Lotaris. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Winnie. Thank you, Dr. Victoria. Well, my name is Lotaris Faustin Malecha. I am an environmental engineer at a graduate stage, but also I'm a member at TAWA, and I am mentee in a TAWA mentoring program of second cohort of 2022-2024. Okay, and my mentor, her name is Engineer Lillian Sengingo. She is a civil engineer. I'm so proud to have her. Going direct to the question, sharing the story, including the roles that my mentor has played in the whole journey. First and foremost, I would like to thank STAWA because they are my first mentor before meeting my mentor, because they have been mentoring for this whole time as a member and as a volunteer in that organization. But also, I would like to give my heartfelt thanks to my mentor, Engineer Lillian Sengingo. She has played a lot of roles, but today I'm going to share only the two due to time, but she has played a lot of roles. The first role which she has played in my life, in my professional life and in my social life, the first thing, I term her as a coach. Like, she has been a coach in the whole journey. When I say a coach, it's like she has been able to encourage me, guide me, and support me whenever I need professional advice or a social advice. But most important, I can take a coach, a simple example of a football team. Like, football players can train outside the ground, but when they are at the playing ground, the coach is still there. Why is the coach still there? A coach is still there because he's there to push them. He's there to see and direct them, like, you need to do this and do this in order for you to score a goal. So my mentor has been acting as a coach since she helped me organize my thoughts. Like, we can be, all of us, like, when we finish school, we tend to have a lot of dreams in our brain. So you don't know which thing should I start and the other thing to follow. So my mentor has enabled me to organize my thoughts, my goals, and my objectives with respect to time. Like, she terms my journey as a staircase. Like, you need to begin with this and this and this. So that has helped me to stay calm with my profession, knowing that there is no hurry to rush and do all of the things at the same time, but rather you can just organize them and make them move slowly, but at the end you are going to reach your full potential. That is the first role that she has played to me. Another role which she has played to me, she has helped me in a part of multitasking. Okay, since she's an engineer in a profession of construction and the construction industry in Tanzania, she is a mother, but also she is an engineer and she works most of times in sites. So I was very interested to be able to multitask in my daily life, because I am not even a mother. I'm not married, but sometimes you find yourself, you're not even able to multitask. So another thing which she has helped me, she has taught me how to multitask. Like, if you have a profession, know that you have your life outside your profession. And she has helped me that by teaching me to have an action plan. An action plan doesn't mean that you should just go to a year. She has taught me to plan my goals and my objectives, but also my daily tasks daily. Like, I don't have to plan, like, at the end of the year, I need maybe to be a graduate, a professional engineer. No, she has taught me, like, when I want to plan something, I need to start from my daily activities. So she has taught me to have a planner whereby I can just organize and schedule all of my daily activities. Like, tomorrow, what am I going to do? What do I want to accomplish? So I've been able to plan my things daily basis, quarterly, but also yearly. So she has pushed me to just organize everything and know that I need to be responsible daily, not like in a specific occasions. So that has helped me. And in the other thing which I can say, she has helped me psychologically. Like, she has told me, like, you are a female in industry, in construction field. As a female, you need to know that you are a female and you need to accept. You don't have to have, you don't need to have inferiority complex, I can say. Like, when you are a female, just work whatever you know and do it perfectly. You don't have to feel, to let people feel mercy for you just because you are a female engineer. No, you need to take your potentials and make sure that you show your full potential when you're at the site or you're given a certain task. So that has enabled me to know that I need to show up in every site, show up in everything which I need to participate. So in few minutes, I can share that those are the two important things which she has played to me in this whole year. She has played as a coach, but also she has imparted me in like career balance and multitasking role. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lataris, for that quite astonishing introduction. We'll also go over to Nora Casey.
Well, thank you, Tower. Thank you, Winnie. My name is Nora Casey, and I am a grad QS. I like to call myself as a project cost estimator. I'm stationed at Maylembe Construction Company Limited. I'm also a Tower volunteer and member, and I am a mentee for the second cohort in the year 2022 to 2024. Well, I first heard of Tower in their first mentorship program, which I was in university by that days, but they were already halfway through. But just through that 1-2 sessions, I already knew like mentorship is a part of life, should be part of life, that to develop your career. And so I would like to introduce my mentor. She is architect Indu Varanasi. She's an award-winning architect and designer, currently working at Dubai. She has been having major projects like the Times Square Mall here in Tanzania. She has been involved with the CRDB headquarters project, and she's also listed as one of the top 50 most influential designers in the region. Well, mentorship for me plays around two themes. Mentorship has been a route to my project, personal development and professional development. It's through mentorship, I got a guardian that is my mentor, who has been there to not only guide me through, but also to encourage me whenever I feel like I've done something wrong somewhere. And through my mentor has been in the first meeting, the first thing after I just mentioned, like my situation at the time was very low. I had no job. I had a goal, but I had no plan on how to achieve the goal. So basically, she got me at the lowest of the lowest. But the first thing she said was, look, your goal is achievable and you can do it. All you have to, since you have it, it's not bad. We'll break it down. So yes, a mentor, as my previous speaker said, is actually a coach and will help you focus with establishing your goals, establishing the daily tasks towards achieving that main goal at the end. So, and the biggest lesson from my mentor, which I will call it, is the biggest cultural difference between us Tanzanians and the outside world, is being proactive and having an action-oriented mindset. So you should not wait for something to happen for you to take an action. You should always plan to take the action even before it happens. And that would speak later in the coming questions, I think. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nora. We'll also now welcome Catherine for a brief introduction. Sorry, Catherine, you're on mute.
Thank you very much, Winnie, and thank you very much to Tawa for this beautiful opportunity to explain about mentorship and how my journey was. I'm Catherine. I'm a graduate architect who is currently working with AAA architects who are based in Arusha, but I'm also a mentee in the mentorship program of 2022 to 2024, and my beautiful mentor is Dr. Mia Dukuli. I would like to share with you all my mentorship experience through a short story. Imagine a lady walking into a dark room, searching for a document which she believes is very important for her success. Sadly, she doesn't not have any idea what the document for success looks like. Amid confusion, a beautiful lady holding a candle walks in with a bright smile on her face and calls out her name and asks her, what is she looking for? After talking with the woman, she volunteers to offer guidance to the lady. This is how my mentoring journey has been. My mentor has played several roles, such as aiding me in clarifying my goals and holding me accountable for them. Also, she has helped me a lot in boosting my confidence by empowering me to believe in myself and to know that I am capable of succeeding as much as anyone else in this profession. Should always tell me, girl, you can do it, and should say it continuously. So that really boosts my confidence. Also, my mentor has really helped me in terms of emotional intelligence when it comes to dealing with feedback from clients and how to use the feedback to better myself. My mentor, Dr. Mia, has guided me in first recognizing and sharpening my communication, interpersonal, and negotiation skills. Previously, I was willing to accept what the client could afford to offer, and now I understand my value and charges accordingly. Another thing my mentor has greatly influenced me to be a person of reading books. So she would constantly send me some books, literatures, and articles related to architecture, and they have been very helpful to me. So to me, according to my mentorship journey, I believe mentorship is more effective when there is commitment and dedication between a mentee and a mentor, and also when there is clear expectation between both parties. Like in most cases, most of the mentee enter into this mentorship program mainly because with an expectation to get a job, mainly from the network of the mentors. But there is more than that. For myself, my mentor has been my counselor. I can even say a mother to me, since she guides me in all aspects of my life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear panelists, for such an astonishing introduction of yourselves and also your mentors, telling us a bit of the story. I hope now the audience are starting to get a glimpse on these reflections on mentoring. And as of today, as we said, we're going to delve more into exactly how this 1.5 year mentorship has helped our mentees, if their successes, challenges, in order for us to better our and soothe also our mentorship journey and partnerships, like learning from one another. And as for today, we also would like to delve more into how exactly the mentoring journey has helped us in the professional growth and in the professional development and also our social growth. So without further ado, I would like to ask some questions to the panelists, where I believe we'll get some insights, and later we'll also introduce the audience to come and have a Q&A session with our panelists. So without further ado, I'll start with Lotaris. You said about your mentor being a coach, and within this mentoring journey of yours, kindly give us some insights on the path that you took through in order to realize a successful mentorship. How does it look like? What are the stages? So welcome, Lotaris.
Okay, thank you again, Winnie. Thank you so much. Okay, without further ado, I would like to go directly on the stages of mentoring, relationship, and partnering that I have come to realize that mentoring program or mentoring partnership is not just like a straight line. Like you need to follow some of the stages in order to have a successful relationship with your mentor. So there are 5 stages, and the first stage, which I would like to elaborate, it is rapport building, rapport relationship building, or we can say harmony or mutual relationship building. So this is the foundation stage of successful relationship in mentoring. Like it's the first stage where a mentor and a mentee start to dive in like mutual or physical or just normal interests from a mentor and a mentee. So it's a first stage whereby you establish trust, respect, and understanding. Because for the programs, that, for instance, mentoring, you are being partnered by a mentor. So you don't know whether the mentor is going to be from Tanzania or is going to be from a different country. But the first or the foundation stage is to establish, like you start to know your mentor, what are the interests, what are the boundaries, what are the do's and don'ts, because when you start talking, he or she is going to share her story or her working environment. So it's when you start knowing, like, my mentor is like this or has this personality. So this is the foundation, because it's the first stage where you are going to know that how am I going to dive with my mentor? Like, he is the person who is a straight or is a person who is, yeah, just like that. So this is the very important stage, because it's established how is your journey going to be. The second stage is a setting direction. It is called setting direction. So after knowing that my mentor her experiences, her professionalism, it makes understand a mentor. If is a strictly person, you are going to know, like, how am I going to dive in? For instance, in the first day where the inauguration of mentoring, we were able to partner with our mentors and we were able to set the goals. So that was the first stage for us. We were able to introduce each other and sleep with them, and we were able to set our goals. So in the first stage is a rapport building, we did it. The second one is setting direction. So in this stage, a mentor and a mentee set goals, and like it's a goals, objective, and what you wish to achieve. Or, I mean, how do you want your relationship to look like? So it's this stage where you're going to give out your expectations, your roadmap of the journey, and through sharing your goals and objective, it helps both of you to know, how am I going to navigate with my mentor? So if it's you, for instance, if you want, for engineers, maybe you share your goal, like, I want to be registered as a professional engineer. So it is very easy for your mentor to know that how am I going to help my mentee to achieve this goal? Or maybe my expectations is for instance, emotional intelligence. Like, I'm a person who maybe rupture my emotions, I cannot control my emotions. So your mentor will be able to understand on how he or she is going to help you throughout the journey. So the second stage is setting direction. Now, the third stage is progression. It's where a mentee, now in mentoring program, a mentee is the one who would like to benefit a lot. So yes, a mentor can learn something from we mentees, but we mostly need them to help us throughout our journey. So in this progression is for a mentor to step front. Like, it's the time now, you have already set all your goals, your objectives, and your wishes. In a progression stage is when you make a significant move. So you already have your goals or your objective. Now you need to characterize all your objective, like in terms of time zone. Like, this one should go first. Okay, if this one is the first goal which I want to achieve, how am I going to approach my mentor? So to me, you tend to schedule your meetings. So you tend to schedule your meetings, like, I would like to meet with you, my mentor, maybe once per month. So this is the stage where you start scheduling yourself, like, I want to meet with my mentor once per month or once every week. And you prepare everything, like you start a move. After that, you share with your mentor. So your mentor is going to take like a schedule. So my mentee has suggested this, this, and this. So it's the time for a mentor to adjust his or her timetable in order to move through these goals. So at this point, you need to know and have all the insights on what you are going to push your relationship. Another one is winding down. Okay, this is the part when the progression stage is the main body, we can say, in a later introduction, and now this is the main body, because all the things are incorporated in this stage for a mentee to move, but also for a mentor to give out the insights and the reaching out the goals. Now, for the programmed structures of mentoring, there is an end of program. For instance, our program is 2022-2024. So at the fourth stage is the winding down stage. So this stage comes when a goal set by a mentor and mentee are met. You understand? For instance, for us, it's 2 years. So in progression stage, when a mentor is is preparing a schedule, you need to make a goal, or you need to set a goal with respect to time. Like when at the end of 2 years, I need to have a tangible, achievement of my goal or my expectation or my wish. So that's why I say the progression stage is the main body stage. Now the winding down is the point of reflection, okay? You as a mentor, you have a schedule which you prepared and listed all your goals. Now the winding down is the time of reflection. Okay, we have achieved this and I have achieved this. This one has remained, but maybe if 3/4 of our goals have achieved. So it's the time of reflection of how far you have come, celebrating the success of both parties and establishing a path for continued growth. For this, for programmed structures, for instance, ours, it's the time of winding down, but doesn't mean it's the end, because some of the goals will be attained with a specific time, but some of the other goals or expectations might not be achieved. That does not mean that my program is over, so I'm not going to continue. No, it's continuous process. Rather, for some organization like Tower, it is going to be the end of the program to pave a way for others who have not even realized their goals in life to march forward to benefit from the same program. So the other, after the winding down stage, the other stage is moving on. That's why I said winding down stage is not the end, because some of the other objectives might not be met yet. So the moving on stage is the final stage, whereby goals which are achieved are being polished, we can say, like making sure that every goal you have achieved it fully, and moving on to those goals which were not yet achieved. So the goal, there is a mutual, you need, since you already established that's why I say the foundation stage, which is the rapport building, is a very important stage. Because sometimes if you did not have the very nice relationship at the first stage, it's the stage where a mentor can say, it's a bye-bye stage, because I have maybe throughout this time, I was just tolerating you, or I was just waiting for Tower to end up this relationship for me to leave. So it's very important to build a rapport building with your mentor, so that when you reach to a winding down stage, it's not only a stage of closing down, but also it is a stage of opening up more doors for your relationship. So the moving on stage, since you already have a mutual relationship, like a sisterhood, my fellow said a mother relationship or a sisterhood relationship. This is the moving on stage, whereby, for instance, for my mentor, she, among her wishes, which we exposed, she gave me during setting down of the goal, she said, like, I don't want to end up with you. Like, I have achieved a lot. I want to see you as a young girl in construction, to move and grow until to the stage where I have reached and more. So you understand that for the goal like that, you're not just ending up in the winding down stage. So this is the time where many mentors and mentees chose to stay in touch, evolving into professional network, connection, and even lifelong friendship. So to sum up in these 5 stages, the first stage is the rapport building stage. The second one is the setting direction. The third one is progression. And the fourth one is the winding down for program structure. And the fifth one is the moving on structure. Moving on stage. Among all these stages, a mentee, your dedication and commitment is needed throughout these stages because it will help you to benefit throughout all stages, and you will not regret to have a mentor or to even mentor someone after that program. Yeah, for me, those are the stages of mentoring which I have experienced in my relationship with my beautiful mentor, Engineer Lillian Singing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lotaris, for intensively expressing these parts of mentoring that in one way or the other we believe through these stages is where you make a successful mentorship, from the rapport building to where the end of the mentoring part. I like the part where you said it's not just ending, it's just a structured program, but mentoring goes on and on. So you should make sure the rapport building is well explained. Now, as we move to the other panelists, where we would like to address issues where mentor and mentee come from different backgrounds. It's just the start of your mentorship relationship, and how do you tend to address this? We have mentors from different specialties, from different professions, others from different countries. And then we have the issue of cultural diversity. How exactly do we manage to make an effective and successful mentoring in this relationship, where this question will be addressed by Nora? Welcome, Nora.
Thank you, Winnie. Well, yes, in my perspective, cultural diversity didn't have a negative influence on my mentorship journey. So I would share like how I went through about it to get us that effective communication and relationship between me and my mentor. So first, you would have to start going with an open mind. A first meeting, you have to already accept the fact that, okay, my mentor is not coming from where I am from. There might be some certain biases and some certain standards that we do not agree with each other. So after the initial introduction and getting to know each other first, you would have to address the cultural biases or the standards which are there. And if you recognize and address them, then from there you can have a guideline on how to go through this mentorship program. And the biggest part that really affects culture will play a part in this mentorship is there's some culturally appropriate behaviors that you can go with. It's same as saying the work ethics. Like, for example, if you are in a certain work office, then you met up with your senior coming from another background, doesn't even speak the same language. What action would you take? Obviously, you would do any means possible to communicate and understand your senior while meeting your work office goals and maintaining that ethics and good behavior, of course. So as a mentee, going through this mentorship, you need to have the eagerness to learn. So if you're eager to learn, you always listen to what your mentor will speak. And when you listen and when there is anything which is different from what you used to, you ask questions. And that's how we learn and grow through this mentorship. A mentee also, as previous speaker says, you need to respect your time budget. You have set your time that through this mentorship, I will spend like an hour every week to contact my mentor and speak about the set goals which I've already kept earlier. As well, you should most important, a mentee should not go with a mindset that I should expect my mentor to give me a job. That is one cultural bias between us here and a Western or outside world. I mean, mentorship should actually motivate you to go get that job, not the mentor giving you that job. So even if the mentor offers it to you, that is a plus, okay, but it shouldn't be like the highest part of your expectations. So as well, sometimes with a mentor, when you're communicating, the communication may be very hard due to distance and the time schedule, work coming in between the preset program. Then you should just have like an empathy to it. You empathize, like, look, we are in different time zones. Sometimes a communication is not as effective. So wherever you plan, you go past it. Like, if you get a chance to communicate, that meeting should be like clear and concise and as less distractions as much as possible. You focus on your topic, you focus on every meeting agenda, and you always have to make it very, very clear with your goals and whatever you're speaking on that meeting. So if we go with that, there is a success. If you mastered how to communicate despite the cultural diversity, then to the mentee, you can gain like a skill there. You manage to get like a emotional intelligence skill, as you can say, as you can call it. You can call it like a leadership skill as well. You can lead yourself through communicating the cultural barrier. And apart from that, in case if you come up across with a mentor who speaks another language and you went proactively to learn just to get to understand that mentor, then yes, that's a skill you're learning, a language, speaking another language you speak. And then apart from that, then sometimes a mentor coming from a different cultural background have different ways on how to go through their life to gain a certain professional experience. It can be different, yes, but as a mentee, you can gain an unexpected insight. So it also promotes you to have like creative solutions. I will mention one. Like for here in the Tanzania, we are used to like after graduating, that's when I should start looking for a job. I will stay somewhere and search for and wait for job listings or job postings. Then I apply online and wait for a feedback. And then when it comes, you find the job is not to your liking, your salary is not to your preference. And then again, you start looking for other jobs and the process continues. Now, through my mentor, the first thing she told me, like, you already know what you want. You want a high salary. You want a job environment of this kind. Why don't you just go to list down all companies that have that capability and just go through the office and ask for a job. Simple as that. And when I did that, voila, I got a job. All that time, I wasted like how many years? 2021, 2.5 years with a traditional way of waiting for job posting and applying online. But my mentor just gave me like, be confident and just go through it, just take it. The proactive, action-oriented mindset. And when I just did it, it worked. Simply just like that. So the cultural diversity should not be a hindrance, but rather should be an opportunity for you to learn different ways to grow. So yeah. So personally, the cultural diversity for me had a positive influence because I was exposed to other things that we're not normally used to. And through that, I was able to learn and grow my career little by little, step by step, and I'm getting there. So I hope for other mentees who also have an open mindset, ready to learn, and also most importantly, be accountable to whatever you mention to your mentor. You must take action and you must do it. If you don't do it, you will not reach the end, and mentoring will be a headache, will be painful, and you would see like it's not effective to you or beneficial to you. But it's just simply that what you mentioned, you weren't taking your actions. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nora, for explaining to us whatever diversities that we have. It might be cultural, it might be from different professionals. Don't take it as a hindrance. Rather, use it as an opportunity. Everything comes for a reason. So, should learn how to cope with it. Thank you very much, Nora. Now, in the quest of the path of mentoring, the diversities, now we would like to address the part of we're in the mentoring program. The role is to help women who are young women in construction, or rather out of in construction, to develop in their professional journey. And we would like to hear from Catherine. Like in this mentorship experience that you had, what impacts did you or insights did you get in your professional development with you and your mentor? Welcome.
Thank you very much, Winnie. Okay, in my 2 years of mentorship under my mentor, Dr. Mia Dukuli, I can say there has been a lot of professional growth on my side. First and foremost, I would like to talk about delivery of work. Oh, my mentor always inspires me, guides me to deliver work on time, but not only on time, but very detailed. Since my mentor is an architect, but she's also a specification writer. So you can imagine the amount of details that she has to give for every project. So she has always inspired me like, you know what, girl, you have to give as much details as possible. Apart from that, she has always insisted on delivering work on time and with a fast speed. She has a common phrase that she'll constantly use it, like, you know, eliminate the word hakuna matata, pole pole. She'll always say that, like, you have to do your task like at the high speed. She'll say, you know what, girl, speed is the new currency. So you should work on your speed and try to deliver your work at as fast as possible and very detailed also. Another thing my mentor has guided me in terms of my work ethics. So she'll always tell me or guide me and say that in every situation, always work in a very professional manner. And also always remember to keep your boundaries, never cross your boundaries, never burn your bridges. And in every situation, always ensure to be a good listener first. So that's one of the things that my mentor has always guided me to do. But apart from that, my mentor has helped me a lot in improving my CV and portfolio. Back then, when I started my mentorship journey, I was just a recent graduate. And what she did is that she stayed with my CV and put some very useful input in my CV and also in my portfolio. Another thing is that my mentor has trained me as an architect. She always tells me that, you know, as an architect, you are the leader of the project. So you should always be aware of the client requirements, when and who to delegate responsibilities, and become aware of all the aspects of a project. And that is from the beginning of the project till the end. I should be very aware of the project. And you should constantly ask, like, hey, so what's the budget there? And you say, you know, you should be aware of it. So since you, as an architect, you should know even the people that you're working with, whether it will be an engineer, service engineer, everyone, like you should be very much aware of your project. But also through my mentorship, I've grown in my career since I have got so much useful knowledge. As I told you, as I said before, that my mentor has inspired me to read books. So through the books, through the articles that she'll send me to read them, I have always got some very useful and important information from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Catherine, for sharing such an astonishing professional journey that you had with your mentor guiding you. I hope the mentors and also the mentees who have joined in now, you get at least a lead of how to take this mentorship journey through from the voices of evolution that we're hearing from our panelists. And they're quite being saying positive stuff. That's quite an interesting thing. And as we delve more into this dialogue, we would also like to go back a bit from what Lotaris has addressed on the path of mentoring, from the rapport building to also the end of the mentorship. But what happens if among these stages or these routes that we take in the mentoring, if there are challenges, or if maybe how exactly to keep this journey consistent and still performing? What should the mentor and mentee do within, we're in a structured program of 2 years. So how exactly to make it consistent yet performing in their mentorship partnership? Welcome, Lotaris.
Thank you, Winnie. Okay, I would like to go direct to the question, how can one ensure consistency and performance throughout the different stages? Is the stages which we mentioned before? Well, I will go first with me. How has it helped me to stay consistent and performance constantly throughout this journey? Okay, to me, my mentor has helped me so much to be consistent and to make everything beautiful throughout the journey. As I said, she pushed the first thing which, okay, as a mentee, first and foremost, coming from the family with other professions, and no one has been in a profession of construction, I was ready to commit in this journey as a mentee, because I knew that I'm going to get a mother who is in my profession, but also a sister, a person whom I can share all the queries and all my problems which I face in my career. So I was ready to commit as a person. The other thing which she shared with me, the one thing which she told me is never give up on your career. Like most of women in construction, you find you're graduating as an engineer or as an architect. After finishing or after graduating, you found that, like the way Nora said, you are waiting, searching for a job. When you find that you're not getting a job, you decide to quit your career. Like, it is not helping me, it's not paying. Most of we youth are saying, oh, I only have a certificate, it doesn't help me. So the first thing which she told me is that never give up on your career, no matter what. And on how not to give up on your career, learn, make sure that every day you learn something of your career. Like, you have all the other activities, like I'm doing other businesses out of my profession, but she told me, keep on doing other things, but always make sure you learn new things in your career. Like, there are new technologies in your career, you need to learn. For instance, there is invasion of AI in professions. So how can you apply AI in your profession? Or what are new technologies which are impacting every day in your profession? So in the journey of being consistent, this hit me different and made me be consistent in relationship. But the other thing which she told me is, like I said, plan your things. Like, you cannot just wake up and say, I will go to this office, or I will read this and read this without being listed down. So another thing which has helped me to become consistent in my journey is having my action plan. Because we know sometimes we can be people of procrastinating, But once you have your planner, which has a date, for instance, 15th March 2024, and you wake up tomorrow, your 15th March 2024 is empty, as a human being, you start thinking like, I'm not responsible. So having a plan and action plan that I am planning my day, I am planning what to read or to learn in my career every day has helped me to become consistent. And always when I don't follow that, or maybe sometimes you find you're waking up the other day, you did not plan for the other day, it made me remember, like my mentor told me, if I don't do this, I might find myself coming out from the straight path of my journey. I mean, straight path of my mentoring journey. So the first, to me, my mentor helped me to become consistent, but also I pushed myself because I knew I don't have a sister from my family who can always remind me of my field, but also I am not in a company which directly involve me every day in activities. So by committing in my action plan and learning every day new technologies, new things, because in our professions, we have varieties, whether in architects, whether in QS and environmental engineers or other profession of engineering, because we study a lot of things. So you might find you are just searching or surfing for other parts of your profession, which you left them since you graduated. There are other topics even you did not apply. So by just learning them every day and relating them to your current needs of your career, it helps you to become updated. But there are some of the few strategies which I can share with my fellow mentees or the future mentees who would like to join in our program. The main strategies are the three things. I call them 3 C's: clarity, communication, and commitment. From the clarity, you need to be very clear. What is your purpose of participating in the program? If you find yourself that you do not have a purpose, or maybe I see my friend is joining the mentoring program, you better just stop and wait for the next year. Maybe when you are clear about what you want to achieve in a program, then you will join. So we need to be clear with what we want from the partnership. Then you need to be, I term them in the 3 stages, like clarity for purpose, clarity for understanding, and clarity for skills. So clarity for purpose, you decide what you want to take from your mentor, because a mentor is experienced in different areas. So by building in a rapport building, a mentor tends to share the strengths and weaknesses sometimes. So it's you to know and decide, from my mentor, I want to take this. If I want to take her courage, if I want to take her commitment, or if I want to take her time management, you need just to be very strategic, knowing that my mentor is full of things, but what am I going, for instance, for a structure program, you need to know after 2 years, what am I taking from my mentor, which is going to help me now and then to my profession. Then there is clarity of understanding. You need to be clear and understand yourself. Who are you? For instance, if you're a person who is lazy, you need to understand, I am a person who is lazy, I'm a sleepy person, or I'm a person who tends to procrastinate, because some roles your mentor tells you, like, you should do this, this, and this. Some mentors will not give you a time frame, like as a teacher or a strict teacher. On Monday, I'm going to just see what you have done. No. So you need to know who are you and be able to leave all of your weaknesses, because once you know who you are, you know your strength and your weaknesses. So it will be easy to know that I am in this program, I want to achieve this, so I'm going to try and just help myself to leave all these other actions, which in one way or another are going to make my mentor maybe see I'm not serious or I'm not committed in this program. So you need to know who are you and your don'ts and your do's and don'ts, and how to go with them, not affecting your relationship. Then the other one is clarity for skills, understanding both parties' skills and use them for professional and social development. So clarity for skills is like taking from your mentor, For instance, like what Catherine said, her mentor inspired her to read books. That is one among the skills which you need to, okay, for other mentees, maybe she could just share, when you read books, you could do this and this, maybe you can get more things, you can widen your knowledge in architectural technologists and so forth. But the other mentor could just choose, no, I am not going to help myself read books. You understand? But you as a mentee, you need to know this skill is inevitable to me and jump it right away. Like reading books is nice and it will help me. There are other things like public speaking or being accountable for other things. Yes, like how Nora said, we have cultural differences. Sometimes as Tanzanians, we tend to love complaining. We love to complain and be like victims of every situation. So sometimes when you are committed and you are clear about your wants and your expectations, it will be very easy to leave all of those and learn new skills in your life, which will help you to become, for instance, as a director one day, or a person who owns the company. So clarity of skills help you to get skills, important skills from your mentor. The second C is communication. Well, communication is very important in becoming consistent and sustainable in your relationship. Communication in which manner? For instance, you might find maybe we wish to meet physically. For instance, when you enter in a program, you wish to have a mentor in Tanzania where you can meet easily, or you can communicate, for instance, through Zoom or through WhatsApp. There are other countries which don't even use WhatsApp. So it will be, as a mentee, you need to know, you need to be ready in anything which you can be communicating with your mentor. And sometimes your mentor can be very busy, like you won't even have a Zoom. The one thing which you can have a voicemail or voice notes. That is very okay, because what you are gaining is the same knowledge, whether you see her or you don't see her. The issue is the knowledge. So be flexible on them means of communication, because sometimes a person can say, my mentor is not even calling me. My mentor is not, I just schedule my Zoom meeting and she's not joining. Yes, it can be a barrier if it will become continuous, because it's a problem also to some mentors. I know, but if it becomes continuous and without a note, because sometimes a mentor can say, sorry, I did not join a meeting, but I had this and this, let's start the other means. So let's be flexible on the means. If it's a phone call or if it's a messages or WhatsApp messages, it's just okay. The other thing, you as a person, after knowing and being clear with your goals, it means you be committed. As I said, I knew that I don't have anyone from my family who is having the same background as mine. So I was ready to commit in my relationship, and that helped me. So the other one, even if it can be difficult, yes, we are coming from the family, sometimes our mothers, our fathers do not push us, or they leave us to do whatever we want. Let's strive to become better, like not the person of 2021 to be the same person of 2022 and 2024. And that will help us by becoming committed. And committed can be hard due to our behaviors and backgrounds, upbringing from our families. But if you decide to change for good, it will be easy and it will help your mentor to instill a lot of things, even things which you did not ask. So to me, those are the strategies which I can share with my fellow mentees and even other mentors who can just find them inevitable for the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lotaris, for a deep explanation on keeping consistency and performance. It all starts with clarity and the mentee. Thank you very much. And you touched a bit on the communication as we transcend to Nora. The issue of you address the cultural diversity in the mentorship partnership, and this highly affects the communication part. So we would like to hear from Nora on how to maintain this effectiveness on the communication when there are scenarios like that, a bit also said by Rosaris, but we'd like to delve a bit more on Nora's side. Welcome.
Well, thank you again, Winnie. Now, to build an effective communication, this strikes a big chance. As you say, in the first meeting, as my previous speaker, Lotaris, mentioned, you must have the clarity, of course. In the first meeting, it sets the very timeline and program on how you're going to go about it. So in the first meeting, once you state the clear goals, even if your simple goal is simply, hello, mentor, I do not know much, but so far, I just know that I want to be a registered architect by this time. That is enough. And then from there, you will start building the timeline. Like, okay, since that is your purpose for this mentorship program, we'll build like every single week or once a month or twice a month. We'll communicate via online or physical meeting. And we will speak about what you need to do and go about till you achieve your set goal. Now, from there, that you have already planned how to go about these routes, from there now, how to maintain that system for it to be consistent and effective. You should always, always, always communicate or share any feedback in case there is any changes to what you have already planned beforehand. So if your mentor is not available, you would ask. If she or he did not mention, you would ask, we have an upcoming session. Will you be available at that time? If the answer is yes, then yes. We'll proceed with the pre-planned. If it is a no, then you reschedule to replace what has not happened. And if it happens that consistently the mentor is not responding with the plan that you both already set, then from there you can reach out to the bridge between the mentor and mentee. And for this mentorship program, our host and our bridge is Tower. So you communicate with Tower. This is happening with my mentor. What should I do so as my communication would continue? Any feedback from there will all guide you, like what would you need to take next. So in my journey, my mentor has been responsive, but due to the work schedule and the time zone, sometimes she is a little bit busier than usual. And in terms of that, if I have a chance to communicate, I make sure in that meeting, whatever I have set prior, I come back with results. If there is no results, I will inform. Like this task, I have not reached the considerable results yet, but I managed to achieve this, and this. If there is no results at all, you go back and then what would you talk about? You would end up stranding again. So you make sure in every single meeting, whatever you discuss, in the upcoming meeting, you come back with results which are measurable. So if this meeting you speak about, I want you to improve your CV, so I need to see your CV, and the mentor gave you a feedback, like what should you do with your CV? What you receive from the mentor is not the only thing that you should learn. Obviously, you'd have to research more and more and more and more. So even if you didn't actually edit your CV to what the mentor gave you corrections to, but then you go to the meeting and then you mention, hello, mentor. Yes, I received your feedback. I received your feedback concerning my CV. but sadly, oh, like, sorry, I did not edit it yet. However, I have been researching on, let's say, how to make my LinkedIn profile more, it more can get more views or more eye-catching. And I noticed that the LinkedIn headline is just as important as the whole profile itself. And let's say, this is what I learned. I mean, my headline, I've learned that it's a very big mistake to just state my job title and where I work at. Because if anybody searches through my LinkedIn and just wrote the job title, there'll be hundreds and thousands of the same people who have written a job title and where they worked at. So what I tend to learn is that I'd have to state my title, yes, 2 or 3 technical and soft skills, yes. And what measurable action have you done to your employer which have been achievable and is actually success to you? Even if it's simple as that, your mentor obviously will see you be doing something and communication is working. So yes, always remember that in every meeting, you come back with measurable results. And then again, you also show your eagerness or willingness to keep on improving. You should not remain the same. If at this meeting, at this stage, the next meeting, I'll be different. I should be better than yesterday, obviously. Yeah, and it's very important to always maintain that relationship. So once in a while, you send the seasonal greetings, you bond with your mentor to maintain the chemistry and the synergy. So as even if after the mentorship, you would also have something to keep on communicating throughout their life. So your mentor is not only your professional coach, but she's also your sister, your mother, your guide through this life and next, if there is next. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Nora. You ended up with a good phrase that mentoring is not only professional, it's also social life, which this one leads us through the next question that we would like to delve into more. And Catherine addressed how her mentor played part in her professional development. But since we're in a life that has a lot of things, well, we have professional life and also social life. Kindly share with us some insights on how your mentorship partnership played in also addressing your social growth. So welcome, Kat.
Thank you very much, Winnie. Wow, I like this part because, my mentor has always guided me to be aware that there is a life apart from my professional career, and I must value that life outside the office. So, in order to enjoy the social work-life balance, I had to be able to manage my time. So, managing my time consisted of scheduling and prioritizing. Like, you cannot just wake up in the morning and say, I'll do 1, 2, 3. Is it in your schedule? Is it your priority? So by doing so, it has really helped me a lot to be able to have a time to engage myself in social activities and other activities that I like. Like I love singing, I love participating in various groups. So it's a surprise that after learning the art of managing time, I can get time to do all these other things. And apart from that, also my mentor has inspired me to learn the art of multitasking. In most cases, I normally wonder, like, hey, how? My mentor is an architect, she's a mentor, she has a full-time career, a mother of 5 kids, a proud wife, and a friend, but she does all those things very perfect and very smoothly. So that has always inspired me. Like, how does she do it? Coming to myself right now, I may not have so much responsibilities like the way she has, but I wonder how come she does it so well. So I get to be inspired by her and also being able to involve myself in other tasks, you know. Another thing that my mentor has really encouraged me, it's also the art of networking. You know, in this present world, there are so many people, I mean, who are also architects worldwide. So my mentor has always guided me and always inspired me to be, I mean, to network with other women, men in this career. And above all, she has always insisted that even if I do it in a very professional manner, like the ethics. She will constantly remind me, like, girl, whenever you go, keep your ethics, do it, but do it well. That is another thing that my mentor has helped me. Also, in terms of social work balance, my mentor has constantly encouraged me to participate in different social organization. Like currently, I'll be in different social organization or social groups that they're doing something quite different from what I'm doing architecture. And those groups have really helped me to come to understand that there are youth doing very great job in other field. And there are people with so much good ideas. So also exploring opportunities. You know, when you meet people of different profession, you get to learn also about their profession and the opportunities that are also present in other professions. So that is something that has really helped me. But also another thing that my mentor has influenced me is that to also be able to give back to the society. They say that your mother cannot be a giver and the kid not a giver too. It can be it will be wrong somewhere. So she has always inspired me to also give back to the society to help the people that are in need. So by doing so, I also find myself participating and having extra time to do so many things outside my profession and my career. And one more thing that I would also like to share is what my mentor, Dr. Mia, always says. She always tells me, like, girl, everyone may not have the same opportunities and privileges in life, but we all have 24 hours that we should always make them very meaningful. So if there is one thing that we all have in common is 24 hours. So there is no way out you can say, no, the architecture profession is so demanding. No, there is somewhere that you're not doing it right. Maybe in the art of managing your time or yeah, prioritizing your stuffs. That's where maybe you're getting it wrong. But we all have 24 hours. So it highly depends on how well you'll use your time so that to get time for other activities outside your profession, outside your office. Yeah. Thank you very much, Winnie.
Thank you, Catherine, and thank you, dear panelists, for sharing what your reflections on mentoring are. We heard uh, very quite interesting information that came out from this mentoring journey. And also, we also heard from whenever you come into a mentoring, have clarity as a mentee so that the mentor knows how she can help you. And mentorship is not only in the Tower program, it's in everywhere. In our workplaces, we might people that guide us through that are coaches. So let's make use of them. As of now, we'll jump into the Q&A session. And also, like, we would like to hear from the audience comments or ideas that how are these reflections on mentoring to you? And also feel free to use the chat box if you want to share anything. And now I welcome Q&A session for our panelists or rather comments and ideas. Dear audiences, you're welcome. So I think I would like to go first. And this is to any of our panelists. We have heard you say good stuff on the mentoring program, yes, but I believe in one way or another, there were some quite challenges. So what are the things that you found maybe there are challenges in the mentoring program, or it might be not from your side, but maybe you saw it challenging to the upcoming youth professions of nowadays, and exactly how should they tackle it in order to get the fruits from mentoring or the mentorship program. So to any panelists who wishes to answer this, you're welcome. Or maybe I go direct now. Okay, Nora.
I'll stick. I'll mention my biggest challenge. My first challenge in the very beginning of the mentoring program is at that stage, I had no means of income or anything. And so I'd have to stay online and keep, internet bundles to stay online and communicate with the mentor. Well, I managed somehow. I don't remember how, but I managed somehow to stay online. But when I think about that mentor who has to meet that mentee who has to meet a mentor for a face-to-face interaction and has no budget or no income somehow and reach there, it's kind of getting like financially straining. So you will end up keeping the interaction to the barest minimum as much as possible. And that somehow would not create that synergy communication between mentee and mentor. Yeah.
Thank you, Nora, for expressing such challenge. But now you're here. Now we see you talking all great things about mentors. So we're seeing like these challenges as for some time, but as long as you keep your priorities on pushing, yeah, we have our living proof here, Nora. So also, we have a hand from Joyce. So Joyce, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, and thanks to the panelists. I find this dialogue more constructive and mostly to the mentees and on the mentors side, because we have seen they've talked about what they have been have achieved and what has been done and their success. It's really inspiring to see that that there are people who are benefiting from that. So maybe one thing I would like to like for them to address maybe to most of the young females who are in the construction industry, whoever, maybe they might be not in the construction industry, but they are in somewhere. Like most of us, we find like we don't have time. Like you find yourself busy, you schedule things, they don't work, and you plan things, they don't go well because you say like, I'm busy, I was doing this and doing this. Maybe from your experience. So what is the advice to the girls who always give an excuse of being busy or they don't have time for doing whatever they're supposed to do for them to get improvements in their career? Thank you.
I would like
I think all of us.
Yes, so go first.
Yeah, I'll go. Oh, do you want to go first, Lotaris?
Yes, I can.
Before I forget.
Okay, thank you, Joyce, for the beautiful question. Okay, to my experience, like I said, I was the person who planned things. I was not actually planning. I was planning in my head, like tomorrow I'm going to do this and this. So the first thing, don't plan from the head. And to anyone who is listening and wants to be committed in issues of making a timetable and accomplishing some things, don't plan your things in your head. That's the first thing. The other thing, after having let's say a planner or a scheduling area or in your phone, you have something to plan, doesn't mean that you have achieved or you have left your past behavior. What you're supposed to do, my mentor also has inspired me, like, keep on doing it, because they usually say like a behavior is being constructed for the maximum of 21 days up to 30 days. Within 21 days or 30 days, they are giving up, they are being angry to whatever you are doing. So keep on doing. Like I say, sometimes you find the first day you did not accomplish something, you find yourself having a guilt. Like I have failed my mentor, but also I have failed myself because I'm just lying at myself. So keep on doing it, keep on planning. So if you are starting planning a lot of things, just start by planning one thing at a day. Then the next week, you add up another thing to accomplish. So you'll find yourself keep on doing and doing it. And we find ourselves busy, I guess, because we don't plan things accurately. We just find tomorrow I will go to Kariako, then I will go to the office, then I'll go. So we find ourselves in our head, we are busy, while in reality, we are not even busy. Because you find yourself, you are at the stationary position and you have not gone to Kariako, you have not accomplished if it is a design work, you have not done it. So what I can see is that we are busy in our brain or in our mind. But once you start scheduling your things, you find yourself even, hey, am I supposed to accomplish all of these things? So you find yourself that you need to be responsible for your career and your life. And it will help you to schedule not only professional things, even those other things, social things, you are going to include them. If you are going to have a meeting with Lotaris at Mlimani City, you include it. And at the end of the day, you take it. Yes, I accomplished what I did. So it's not only for professional things, but also for social things, and even all other things which you find them small, include them in your schedule, because that is your life, and it will make it easy for you to plan. Thank you.
Okay, I'd also like to talk about, to add something to what Joyce said. So on my side, I would say the art of managing time, art of scheduling, prioritizing your work. That is very important. When you are able to manage your time, you'll know that at this time I have a meeting with my mentor, and you will be keen to follow it. But I think another thing is commitment. When you don't have commitment to something, or you're not dedicated to this program, trust me, you will constantly have excuses. But when you're committed and you know the importance of having a mentor in your life, you'll be able to create time for it. Another important thing is that expectation. Most of the mentees enter into this program with, I can't say it's completely wrong, but most of them enter with an attitude that I have a mentor and now I'll get a job. So when it comes that the mentor has not fulfilled that expectation, it will automatically like piss off the mentee, and will start maybe showing some complaints like, maybe I'm too busy, I'm this and this. So, but when you enter into this program with the right attitude, with the right mindset, with right expectations, you'll get more than what you desired to get in this program. So I think for such mentees, they should work on this. But also another thing to the mentors, honestly, on my side, I have a wonderful mentor. She is so friendly, very welcoming. You can talk to her anything, absolutely anything. So I would also say maybe sometimes it could be on the mentors on how they will approach that situation. Like you have seen your mentee constantly giving complaints. How do you approach her? Do you go to her like, hey, you are becoming too lazy, or you are not doing this and this? Like every time you go to her with so much complaint, automatically it will kill that zeal for the mentee to continue participating in that program. But when you approach her from a point of you want to understand her, I think it will be quite different. So I think those are the things I would address on this issue. Thank you.
And to add up from another perspective, it can be maybe from the mentee side, character-wise, it's your character that you're not really fast-paced and you cannot multitask, or you take things slow as much as possible. Now I speak from one of those people, like I'm slow. I multitask. Nowadays I multitask, but by then I couldn't multitask. Now, how do you improve from that? You should always have, as Catherine said, the mindset, always learn to improve yourself. Do not be the same tomorrow as you are yesterday. If you are slow, then you walk your way through to actually achieving something in a more faster pace than before. So if right now you can do 1 or 2 tasks in the day, the next time you try to do 3 tasks. And then if you achieve that, next time you go with 4, 5. And then you find yourself eventually you can multitask, or you can actually do multiple works at the same time, like that. And then again, from the mentee, there is no excuses in why there is not enough time. If you plan your time, if you always set time for everything that you have to do, then there is always time in doing that activity. So yes, this not having time for progressive achievements, that is not true at all. If you create the discipline and if you have that mindset that you constantly have to improve, then yes, you'll find yourself having time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear panelists, for addressing this. You addressed it so well. And I also have a hand from Lotaris too. Lotaris, you're welcome.
Okay, I would like to address your question, Winnie, on challenges. Okay, in the beginning, the challenge which I got is when the program started, I had a mentor who was outside the country. So as the way Catherine and Nora having mentors from another country doesn't mean it can work to, even not only outside the country, even here in Tanzania, it doesn't mean that all of the pairs are going to work. It's okay if the pair doesn't work. It's very okay. Because sometimes you can be committed and a mentor is not committed. That thing happened. And it's very okay to all, even to other mentees who have found themselves difficulty pairing with their mentors. It doesn't mean there is a problem or not. Maybe the compatibility due to different reasons. So to me, my mentor was, the challenge which appeared in my first mentor was the time zone. So you find maybe it's the time to sleep and it's afternoon where I'm waking up. So you find we always miss out the timetables. But also you find the cultural perspectives. You find their CVs are completely different. Their portfolio, their bios. So you find a person is instilled with complete different things. You understand, which what we are applying here. But that is not just a challenge of you quitting, no, because you can share and learn and just know other countries write their portfolio in this manner. But the other thing was responsive, like what Nora said. Maybe you have scheduled a meeting with your mentor and your mentor has not responded. Okay, you schedule another one, or once she responds, you start asking like what happened, or is there anything which I can adjust to my timetable? What should I do and what should I do? So the mentor became more irresponsive, like she was not responding and so forth. But that also is not a problem, because me entering a program, it's me. I want to learn, I want to improve. So it's about me. To a mentor is something which she has already achieved, maybe way far away from me. So that was not a problem. So what I did is just confronting the bridge, is what Nora said. It's not in a bad way. Oh, it's not like they are going to, maybe Tawa is going to expose you like, Lotari said this and this. No, it's just a professional thing. And sometimes it's okay if something doesn't work. So I addressed it, Tawa, and I'm thankful they were very responsible. They take my query in a very serious manner, and they gave me another mentor. So without even what problems. So sometimes it's okay if something doesn't work. But as long as you know, as a mentee, I want to learn something. I want to have a mentor. I want to come out from this program with something. Don't stay quiet. To most of the other mentees, maybe due to this problem, they decided to quit. No, you're not even like, you are the one who is not getting advantages because it's up to you, not to your mentor. After all, your mentor has achieved a lot of things. So to you quitting, it's like you are not, okay, niseme tu Kiswahili haumkomoi mtu kwa sababu unajikomoa mwenyewe. After all, wewe ndio unayetaka labda kuanzisha kampuni. You are the one ambaye you want to start your company, maybe you want to build yourself as a person. So do not leave things, or like you think like, let me just end it. After all, it's a program. Once you're committed and you know who you are, you just address Tower like there is this and this. It's not for bad reasons, but I want to learn more. I want this time not to just pass without me improving anything. So I decided to confront it, and they helped me. So to me, I faced some of the challenges which I've mentioned, but they did not stop me not to continue being in a program of mentoring. So to all other youth or mentees, if you find yourself you did bad in other programs, there is still a window. Maybe it was a part for you to see in a different picture. Begin to have your goals, your commitment, then join again. Don't just live in the first program. Join again, this time with a lot of exposure and understanding, and it will help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lotaris. I welcome Mutinta Sichali.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
It's exciting to hear from the mentees. I'm an architect by profession, and I'm a mentor. And it's very appreciative to hear from the mentees a point of view. And I think we like we all say that in mentoring programs, we're all learning. And one of the things that I have appreciated is the aspect of how the mentees have learned how to schedule their time. It's so true that in our professions, we get a lot of things, and this particular profession requires our time. But to be able to schedule your time, I've appreciated that from the mentees, and also to get their perspective of how they look at the different aspects. Because sometimes as a mentor, we have got our own schedule and our own speed. But to appreciate that the mentees also are human beings, and they work within a certain sphere. To appreciate that you need to move with the speed that your mentee can also cope, because sometimes we're in a hurry to get this perfect person at the end of the day, but we forget that this requires time. This also requires your commitment and your input. So I'm so grateful for this from these mentees, and I've learned a lot. I was just being reminded that, okay, I think I also have to start learning to schedule my time, because sometimes I just do my schedules in my head, and sometimes it doesn't work. So thank you very much for teaching us and learning from you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mutinta, for sharing, and thank you, dear panelists, for enlightening us. And we also have a comment in the chat box from Linda Kakuru, and she says, "Dear speakers, mentees, you have been groomed well. I'm impressed. To my fellow mentors, you did well, and keep up the good job. Your efforts have been exposed, so congrats." I second this. Congratulations, dear panelists, for engaging in this effective, I can say, dialogue. When we called for speakers from the mentee side, the team was also hesitating. Will these people come? But you showed up, you expressed your interest, and we have, I can say I have learned quite a lot from this dialogue. And I wish more mentees could also come in, have the bravery of sharing what they have experienced, because here we are all learning from one another. And without further ado, I would also like to welcome any other audience who has something to share. This is your time.
Sorry. Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, guys. I think I won't repeat what Linda said and everybody said. You just nailed it today. One, in an area where I just want to get feedback from you as organizers of this program, you have a timeline of 2 years. What do you think about that time? Is it too long, is it too small, is it too short? What is your say on the time that we have for this program? And also we prepared that booklet, like a tool, to help you through this 2 years journey. Is it useful? Do you guys use that? Or it's the mentoring program is different. So we all have different experiences. Maybe that booklet may not be that useful. So please let us know how do you feel about that? Those two things to help us sharpen our program.
Well, about the timeline, the 2 years, I find it even not enough, in my perspective. There is no end in learning. You always learn something new every day. So 2 years for me is just fine and it's actually very fine if you actually need to evaluate the progress that mentee did and the mentor did. Yeah. Other than that, about the booklet, in the beginning, the booklet was very useful in terms of how to go through the mentorship. But to me, once I got the gist of going through the mentorship program, I didn't use it that much. But it's been useful in the beginning.
Okay, to my side, as the way Nora said, 2 years, I bit, you find yourself, you're still like in setting some of the goals or just getting to know, like you're still in a rapport building stage. Sometimes depending on the difference or the nature between a mentee and a mentor. But it's okay for evaluation is what she said, because as we said, mentoring program is not the end. Like you're not stopping just because the program has ended. So your relationship between mentor and mentee does not stop just as the way programs ended. So in 2 years for evaluation, it's okay. But to we mentors and mentees, let's keep on doing it. If we ended up in the first goal, it's okay. Let's continue. Because sometimes when you enter in a mentoring program, it's like a waking up call. Like, do you even have some goals in life? So you start staying and figuring your goals. After that, you find you have bigger goals. You have a lot of goals to attain. So it's like a waking up call, then you start moving from them. So sometimes it can be a slow process, like a gradual process in your life. So you might find even the end of the program, you're in the first goal, but it's okay. You just need to continue and continue to my fellow mentors and mentees until when we achieve, regardless of the monitoring of the program. About the booklet, as Nora said in the beginning, it's very useful because it gives you like a light. Where are you going to begin? Because as we say, we did not have even planner. We plan everything in head. So imagine I'm being in a program without even a guidance. We find ourselves, we keep on planning, and if you find that you're not learning how to plan something, so you find yourself half an year, you have not even done anything. But that was a guider, and it's very important. Rather, it should be updated from one cohort to another by including the personal ways which we finally developed between mentors and mentees in different pairs. Because in the beginning, it is found useful because we are at the initial stage, but as we move on, you find yourself getting another manner between you and your mentor, which can be very nice if it will be updated in the booklet to help other pairs who are going to face the same challenges or the same manner as what we faced. So to me, it's very important and should be included, and the 2 years for evaluation is very right.
Thank you. Welcome,
Okay. On my side, I would say that the 2 years were very valuable, and to my side, I would wish like it continues. It will be I mean, a lifetime, since there is no end in learning. But one thing that I would say is that it's for the mentees, like how open you are to your mentor is how you'll be able to fill your cup. For instance, from my perspective, I entered into this mentorship program with an empty cup, I can say. Like I wanted to collect all diamonds from my mentor. I wanted my cup to be full, and right now I feel like I want to even add another cup, like it should overflow. So I think it's the openness and the willingness of the mentee to learn. It's how it will make the program be effective in the period that we are given. I mean, in these 2 years. And concerning the booklet, to me it was very useful, and I remember reading it when we started the program. I think this is more like a manual to you, like for I mean, even if you have a car, you should have a manual to know like how to use it. So this booklet to me, it was very good, very effective. And another thing I think Lotaris mentioned about maybe including some of what we shared in the booklet, I think that could also be effective, because they say like any problem that you're currently experiencing, it's not a new problem. It's probably a problem that one person or another faced it at some point. So maybe it could help a person who could have been facing the same problem at that particular time. So by reading it, that person will be able to learn. But otherwise, the time, it was very perfect. But others we wish to be a lifetime thing. Yeah. Thank you.
well, as said, Tower is just a bridge between you. So we believe even if the structured program ends, yeah, it's still a lifetime to your sisterhood partnership. So cherish it and keep on learning, filling more cups and cups to come. So we have also comments from Neema Kahabi, where she says, "What a fantastic session. I'm so impressed with your growth journey. And to each mentee, the world is your oyster. Mentors, well done." To Tawa and Dr. Victoria, here's a snippet of what the future looks like. And we also have a question from Ikanami and Father, where she says she would like to know when the next mentorship program starts. So far, these mentorship programs ends in September 2024 this year. And the next one, I think it will be right after this, but the coming year. I would welcome Dr. Vicky to elaborate more on this question, like when will the third cohort of the mentorship program start? Welcome, Dr. Vicky.
Okay. Yeah, so the cohort we have now is from 2022 to 2024 in September. And once we graduate, we will start another cohort in August 2025. And that will be for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vicky. But also I would like to stress out, I welcome Linda Kapoor.
Sorry, I just wanted to add something. Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Vicky and Winnie. And again, I'm congratulating the mentees for this session. It's been very productive. And I've really learned a lot. I mean, it's really a lot, and you've tackled every aspect. So if there's mentee, I think mentees are many mentees around here. They've learned something out of that. But I'm still emphasizing on the issue of time. You spoke about the time range. Dr. Vicky spoke about time range of this mentoring Tower has given you a foundation of where to start on how to do your journey on or whatever aspect, whether it's professional or whatever, anything that you're interested in. But don't forget, like after you graduate, I've just reminded of me of the program ending in September. So after you graduate, that you don't end everything there. You still communicate with your mentor, but at the same time, one speaker also mentioned, I think it's Catherine, she said something about her mentor encouraging her to do networking and socializing on different areas and aspects. So through networking, you get to meet different people who have different professional skills or anything related to the environment that they're in or presenting on. So through that, you get to learn the strength of different people that you meet. So out of that, you can grab a person that you feel that has an input into your life. So not only that you can stick to your mentor as the person who guided you from the first time, but you can add other people in your life. So for example, for me, I have my mentor. I'm still a mentee to that mentor of mine for now it's 15 years. And I still go back to him to question and ask and all, but he's a different person from the world that I'm living in. And I can also give an example of Dr. Vicky because she taught me when I was getting my architecture course at Aida University. At that time, there were only 2 ladies in the department. So we architects, like the ladies who joined the profession, were very few of us. So you can imagine the stress that you get in the environment. You see men in the society of that kind of thing, and you're trying to cope to be able to meet up with the goal of finishing the school and graduating. But the fact that you have this thing that in your mind is the male domain cause, how am I going to go about it? So when I used to look at her, and there was another doctor called Dr. Shubi, we were like, how did they manage to go through it? So through her, I got to have that speed and the courage to say, if they manage to go through that path, I think I can also go through that. So it started from there, but afterwards I got some of the people around to shape me to go through different areas, different sections of life, not only professionally, but you look at people who have strength that can have an impact in your life. So don't stick to only one person, just be broad enough and go for it. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Linda Kakur, for stressing out that like we need to be flexible, know what you want, people we want to go to, and go to them. Joyce, you're welcome.
You so much, and maybe I would like to share my journey because I was one of the mentees in the first cohort of 2019 to 2021, and I had a mentor and she's still my mentor, and we are communicating very well. And maybe something to tell the mentees, it's not an end. Graduating does not end the communication and all the things that you have started with your mentor. Because for me now, my mentor is like a sister. So I find like I have a sister whom I can share my social life and my professional life. So let the program end, but your relationship with your mentor should proceed. And because I think from all the panels say that learning does not end, and so as the program ends, but you should proceed. Because for us, our mentor was mentoring we were 2 of us, and we find like we are creating a family. So we have like she's the grandmother, and so we are daughters. And I have a mentee whom we wanted to be a granddaughter to her. So we are creating like that plan, and so it doesn't end just because the program has stopped, but you just proceed and you make a very good family, you make good family friends and whatever. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Connections are being built in the mentorship cause, and also families are also being built. So we're seeing the impact is quite astonishing. And also, I would like to stress out to mentees that we would also open a door for your stories, like share them, your experiences in the mentorship journey for others to come also to learn them. So have your stories written up, and we would like also to express it to also people who want to learn how the mentorship course goes. And now we're almost to time. I would like to welcome the panelists at least for 1 minute or 2 minutes each. Give us advice, fellow mentees and mentors too, on what do you wish more mentoring would be like. You're welcome. It's like panelists didn't get me.
I did. My mentorship has been perfect. It is perfect for me. For someone else might not be, but for me it has been perfect. As we are communicating, we are working at our best, we understand each other, and I think somehow we ended up having the same kind of personality-wise, somehow. So for me, mentorship has worked very well, and honestly, it has really, really took me a very big leap from where I was before. So an advice to mentees, this mentorship, it is meant for you. You are the one taking action of your life, not the mentor. Mentor is just so please, mentees, once you commit yourself, just remember what you do matters. If you do not do it today, you're probably pushing 100 of tasks behind. You don't know how long it will take for you to accomplish them. So if you commit, stay committed and never give up. It is always possible. Despite the challenges that you'll find, just know it's always possible. If you have set your mind into it, you will make it. So yeah, keep on being effective in this mentorship and do the best for yourself, because you're the first person that will always be praised. You'll be praised first. You'll be you. You achieve this first. Your mentor will also take the credit, of course, but to you, most importantly, to you, it makes you feel good. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Catherine, then Lotaris.
Okay, thank you very much, Winnie. Oh, what can I say? Mentorship has been more than what I expected. I find it has been a very life-changing program to me. My mentor has done, sometimes I feel like she got to be paid for what she did. Yeah, she did a very great job in mentoring me, in nourishing me. I see myself better and best than the way I was 2 years back when I just graduated. So what I think is that I mean, on the side of the mentor, I would say that mentors should be more patient with their mentees. I would encourage mentors to be patient with their mentees, like the way my mentor was very patient. Because when I started this program, it was like someone who is heading to somewhere where she doesn't know the place and she has no idea of how she can reach there. So what my mentor did was to be patient with me, to understand my goals, and she made them very, like, my goals to be more clear to me. So if there's something I would advise the mentors, it's the art of patience, like a little patience, because I can say my mentor did not give up on me. If she could have given up on me, then I couldn't be where I am right now. So that is one thing. But another thing is that I would encourage mentees to enter into this program with the mindset of wanting to learn, wanting to explore so many things inside their profession, but also outside their profession. Because to my side, my mentor, we share a lot of things. I mean, a lot of even those tiniest things that you cannot think about, but we constantly share. I'll tell her like, maybe this and this, and she will advise me. You can even imagine even how to dress up. She guides me in that. So it's the openness, the willingness of the mentees to the willingness of them to be open into this program. So yeah, I think that's what I would advise to both mentors and mentees.
Thank you, Catherine. Sorry, still.
Okay, first I would like to say thank you to Tower for this program. If there could be no this program, maybe I could not even start mentoring or being physically in a mentor, because we have been doing mentoring without knowing in our families. Some of us, we have first daughters, you tend to mentor your younger siblings, but without a knowledge of mentoring or knowing what you are doing, maybe I could not even be exposed to this manner. So I would like to say thank you to Tower for their program, and I encourage them to continue, even though there are a lot of challenges. Even if mentees drop and mentors maybe can be challenging, let's keep on doing it, because we don't know whom we are helping and whom we are just lifting from one stage to the other. To the mentors, as Catherine said, let's understand, what should I say, the version or the timeline of ourselves, mentees and mentors. For instance, mentors, maybe they graduate in their 90s, some of our mentors in their 80s, so their curriculums were different, some approaches were different, like things which they were being done in universities are quite different maybe from what we are doing. So let's stick on rapport building, like mutual and empathy relationship building. Let's understand each other, like the differences. Some of our mentors maybe are not exposed to the current technology, the use of the smartphones and a lot of social medias. Let's become the teachers to them in a humble and respectful way. Like when your mentor doesn't know something, you can teach them, but in a very humble and respectful way. But also mentors, we are in a different generation. Kwetu sisi, we are in different generation. Maybe to some of the values, maybe we are missing due to our generation. Just be patient with us, teach us. We are ready to respond. Don't give up on us. Continue teaching us. And to the mentees, it's okay. If you don't know what mentee is, mentoring is, it's very okay. Even if you are a mentee and at this point you do not understand what mentoring is, it's okay. You can start from there, learning the responsibilities of the mentee, responsibilities of the mentors. That will help you to be accountable to your actions. But also I would advise, to me, for being, in mentoring program is easy. I can say thank you to Tower for opening up the program of volunteering, because that opened up my mind. Like when you volunteer, you don't expect anything in return. So you do something without being given anything. So that in one way or another makes you become accountable for no one. Just doing something knowing that I'm not getting anything in return. That makes you become accountable, move yourself, push yourself to your strength and potentials. So when it comes to mentoring program, it becomes easy. So for any mentee or any youth out there who wish to become like responsible in your life, even not in your professional life, in your life specifically, like being able to be on time, answer even emails. Some of us youth, some others don't even read their emails. Sometimes the job even answers are there, but you come to realize it's a year. A certain company sent you an email that you are being selected and you don't even realize. So let's start in small behaviors from our family levels up to our professional levels. And you can start volunteering, like the way Catherine said and the former speaker said. Let's network, not for profit basis. Let's network for knowledge basis. And from there, we get to build small behaviors which will help us even when we are in different positions, or even some of us, we can be, maybe we will be leaders some days, or maybe we'll be directors, managers. So through this mentoring program, volunteering programs, you tend to cultivate some behaviors which are going to help us when we get those positions. Not like you are getting a position, then you are starting figuring out how are you going to handle them. So to me, that's all. And I will always say thank you to Tower, and keep on doing what you have been doing. Thank you.
Well, that marks our end. Dear audience and panelists, thank you very much. Being proactive is the key to everyone who has listened to our speakers, and we believe whatever we heard from here will be now a great foundation to even further our mentorship skills for our growth, social, professional development. So thank you very much. Now I would like to pass on the mic to Dr. Vicky and officially end this session. Thank you.
Hey, oh, all I can say is kudos to you guys. Congratulations for what you have done today. I think it really shows that we are doing the right thing. So congratulations to all mentors for mentoring these young ladies. I think we all see what we are doing, and we are doing the right thing. So we'll keep on doing that. And yeah, and mentees, we also do believe that from here, you also be good mentors to the young ones, and you also be good ambassadors to your mentors and the program and everywhere you're going. So congratulations, and thank you so much for the feedback and the evaluation of the whole program that you've given us today. So mentors, thank you. Thank you, Winnie, for guiding today and leading this session. We always love your guidance and the way you take the whole session. Before we know it's 2 hours already gone. So asante sana. So from here, I think what we are expecting from you guys, from mentees, to share these stories in writing. Send your story and pictures with you and your mentor. If you've done any activities and you would like to share that, please write your story, send it to us. Starting April, we are going to collect those stories, and that will qualify your mentor to win an award of the Best Mentor of the Year. So please do not let your mentor down. You can't speak highly of your mentor today and not submit your story. I think that will be not fair to your mentor. So please do that. And also, yeah, involve your mentor while you're crafting your stories. Talk to your mentor, discuss the things that you'd like to talk about, and make sure she also knows what you're writing. If you'd like to do that, that I think will be great. And with these stories, we do not just want to craft booklets or something like that. We also want to do the video. So the mentors who are going to win that award will also be featured on the documentary that we are going to prepare for this cycle. So please, let's do that. Submit your stories. There's so many things that we would like to do with your stories, and feature these, what you're saying today, for many, many more people to read and learn from you, not necessarily to be part and parcel of the program. And I think we have communicated earlier, graduation is going to be in this September. We'll confirm the date because we're also trying to get our key sponsor, which is Simba Cement, to confirm that date. So we'll come back to you, but it will be somewhere in September. But please do follow us in our social media. If you haven't followed Tower LinkedIn or Tower Instagram page, Facebook, please do so. And more of the announcements, I think, will also be shared through those platforms. Otherwise, I just say thank you, and thank you all. Thank you so much. So good to see you all. Thank you.